Mistakes are inevitable, we all make them, but what truly matters is how we respond. Do we embrace them as opportunities for growth and learning? Mistakes are not failures, they are stepping stones on the path to success. Each stumble presents a chance to pause, reflect, and adjust our course. Learning from our errors refines our judgment and makes us more resilient. Think of a child learning to walk. Each tumble teaches them balance. The same principle applies throughout life. Every mistake carries a valuable lesson. Imagine a world where we could absorb the lessons of others' mistakes without having to experience the pain ourselves. This is the alluring promise of learning from others. Why stumble through the darkness when someone else has already illuminated the path? History, literature, and even everyday conversations are replete with cautionary tales and inspiring stories of triumph over adversity. By studying the successes and failures of those who came before us, we can glean valuable insights and avoid repeating their mistakes. Mentorship, for example, provides a direct channel for this type of learning. A seasoned professional can guide a mentee around common pitfalls, sharing hard-won wisdom and accelerating their journey to success. The same principle applies to learning from historical events. The disastrous consequences of past conflicts, for example, can serve as powerful deterrents against repeating the same mistakes. By understanding the causes and consequences of historical blunders, we can strive to create a better future. While learning from others offers valuable guidance, there's a certain rawness to personal experience that etches lessons deeply into our minds. It's one thing to hear about the dangers of fire. It's another entirely to get burned. This visceral understanding, forged in the crucible of our own mistakes, can be far more impactful than any secondhand account. When we experience the consequences of our actions firsthand, the lesson becomes deeply ingrained in our psyche. Think about learning to ride a bike. No amount of verbal instruction can fully prepare you for the feeling of balance, the coordination required, the fear of falling. You need to experience it yourself, bumps, bruises, and all, to truly understand. This is not to say that all experiences, especially negative ones, are inherently valuable. The key is to reflect on our mistakes, understand why they happened, and use that knowledge to make better choices in the future. So, which is more effective, learning from others' mistakes or our own? The answer, like most things in life, is nuanced. Both approaches have their merits and limitations. Learning from others offers a broader perspective. We can access a wider range of experiences than we could ever encounter personally. This second-hand knowledge can provide valuable guidance. However, personal experiences tend to be more emotionally resonant. The lessons we learn from our own mistakes are often etched more deeply in our memory. The key is to find a balance between these two approaches. One size does not fit all when it comes to learning from mistakes. The context in which an error occurs dramatically influences the lessons we extract. A failed business decision in a volatile market, for instance, offers different takeaways than a similar misstep in a stable industry. Similarly, personal factors such as age, risk tolerance, and past experiences shape our interpretations of mistakes. A young entrepreneur might view a failed venture as a valuable learning experience, while a seasoned executive might approach a similar setback with more caution. Therefore, it's crucial to consider the specific circumstances surrounding a mistake before drawing conclusions or making decisions. Blindly applying lessons from one situation to another without considering the nuances can lead to misguided actions and further errors. Effective learning requires critical thinking and a willingness to adapt our understanding of mistakes based on the evolving context of our lives and the situations we face. Let's examine the 2008 financial crisis. Many individuals, seduced by seemingly low-risk mortgages and promises of quick profits, found themselves drowning in debt as the housing bubble burst. They hadn't learned from the cautionary tales of past financial crises. This widespread failure to heed history's warnings underscores a critical point. Simply being aware of others' mistakes doesn't guarantee we won't repeat them. The allure of immediate gratification often outweighs the distant threat of future consequences. This is where personal experience can be a harsh but effective teacher. Those who lost homes or savings during the crisis learned a painful but valuable lesson about financial risk that no textbook could ever replicate. The experience, though devastating, likely instilled a level of caution and financial literacy that will shape their decisions for years to come. Now let's consider the power of mentorship. Imagine a young writer brimming with talent but lacking direction. A seasoned author, having navigated the publishing world for decades, can offer invaluable guidance. They can warn of common pitfalls, suggest strategies for improvement, and open doors to opportunities the aspiring writer might otherwise miss. This type of mentorship, rooted in the mentor's own experiences, both successes and failures, can be instrumental in accelerating the younger writer's career. It allows them to learn from someone who's been there, done that, and emerged wiser from the journey. This example highlights the power of learning from others in a structured, supportive environment. Mentorship provides a safe space to explore mistakes, ask questions, and gain insights that would be difficult to acquire through trial and error alone. The limits of learning from others, when experience is the best teacher. However, not all mistakes can be avoided through secondhand knowledge. Some lessons are best learned through direct experience, even if that means stumbling along the way. Take, for instance, the development of emotional intelligence. While we can read about empathy and communication skills, truly mastering these qualities requires navigating the complexities of interpersonal relationships firsthand. We need to experience the joys and heartbreaks, the triumphs and misunderstandings, to develop the emotional depth that defines meaningful connections. Similarly, certain skills like playing a musical instrument or mastering a sport require countless hours of practice and, yes, mistakes. No amount of observation can replace the muscle memory, the intuitive understanding of timing and technique that comes from dedicated practice and learning from our errors. In these realms, personal experience isn't just valuable, it's essential. Striking a balance, integrating external and internal learning. The key takeaway is that learning from mistakes is not an either-or proposition. It's not about choosing between the wisdom of others and the lessons of our own experience. Rather, it's about integrating these two approaches to create a more robust and adaptable learning model. Think of it as building a house. Secondhand knowledge, like architectural plans and advice from experienced builders, provides a solid foundation. But the true character of the home emerges through the hands-on process of building, making adjustments based on the lay of the land and the homeowner's unique needs. Similarly, we should approach learning with a blend of humility and self-awareness. We should be eager to learn from the experiences of others, recognizing that we don't have all the answers. At the same time, we should embrace our own mistakes as opportunities for growth, understanding that personal experience often provides the most profound and lasting lessons. The role of reflection in maximizing learning from mistakes. The process of learning from mistakes, whether our own or others, hinges on a crucial element: reflection. It's not enough to simply acknowledge an error and move on. We need to pause, rewind the tape, and analyze what went wrong. Why did the mistake happen? What were the contributing factors? What could we have done differently? These are just a few of the questions that can guide our reflection and help us extract valuable insights from our missteps. This process of introspection can be uncomfortable. It requires us to confront our shortcomings, challenge our assumptions, and acknowledge our fallibility. But it's precisely this discomfort that leads to growth. By examining our mistakes through a critical lens, we gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and develop the wisdom to make better choices in the future. Conclusion: a hybrid approach to mastering the art of learning from mistakes. The ability to learn from mistakes, both our own and those of others, is a defining characteristic of successful individuals and societies. It's a skill that transcends professions, cultures, and generations. While personal experience can be a powerful teacher, it shouldn't be our only source of knowledge. By actively seeking out the wisdom embedded in history, literature, and the experiences of those around us, we can accelerate our learning curve and avoid repeating the mistakes of the past. Ultimately, the most effective approach to learning from mistakes is a hybrid one, a balanced blend of respecting the wisdom of others and embracing the illuminating power of our own experiences. By combining these two perspectives, engaging in deep reflection, and remaining adaptable in the face of new challenges, we can transform setbacks into stepping stones and navigate the complexities of life with greater wisdom, resilience, and success.